Have you ever wondered why, no matter how hard you try, your self-confidence just doesn't seem to stick? You read the books, you say the affirmations, but you still feel that nagging sense of not being good enough. Today, we're going to talk about the unspoken truth behind why so many of us struggle with self-confidence, and it's a topic that goes much deeper than just positive thinking. It's about unresolved trauma. Now, when you hear the word trauma, you might think of major, life-altering events. And while that's certainly true, trauma can also come from less obvious experiences, like persistent criticism in childhood, feeling unseen or unheard, or experiencing a deep sense of betrayal. These experiences, big or small, leave an imprint on our nervous system and can fundamentally shape how we see ourselves and the world. One of the biggest ways unresolved trauma sabotages our self-confidence is through our emotional responses. Have you ever completely overreacted to a seemingly minor situation? Maybe your boss gave you some gentle feedback, and you spiraled into a full-blown panic, convinced you were going to be fired. Or perhaps a friend cancelled plans, and you felt an overwhelming wave of rejection and worthlessness that felt way too big for the situation. This isn't because you're too sensitive or dramatic. It's often a sign that a current event has triggered an old, unresolved wound. Your brain and body are reacting not just to the present moment, but to a past experience where you felt similarly threatened, helpless, or abandoned. Trauma disrupts our ability to regulate our emotions. It's like having an internal alarm system that's been calibrated to be hypersensitive. A little bit of smoke from a burnt piece of toast sets off all the sprinklers, fire alarms, and calls the entire fire department. So, when a minor stressor occurs, your nervous system doesn't see a small issue. It sees a major threat and floods you with intense emotions like fear, shame, or anger. When these disproportionate reactions happen over and over, what message do you start to tell yourself? You might think, there's something wrong with me, or I can't handle anything, or I'm just not capable. Each intense emotional reaction becomes another piece of evidence that reinforces a negative self-belief. This cycle chips away at your self-esteem, leaving you feeling insecure and unsure of yourself. You start to doubt your own judgment and your ability to cope with life's challenges. Another sneaky way trauma impacts our confidence is through the coping mechanisms we develop. When we have unprocessed emotional pain, our natural instinct is to avoid anything that might stir it up. This is a protective mechanism, but it can severely limit our lives. Avoidance can look like many different things. Maybe you avoid speaking up in meetings because you're terrified of being criticized. This could stem from a past where your opinions were constantly dismissed or ridiculed. So, you stay silent, even when you have brilliant ideas. The immediate result is relief you avoided the discomfort. But the long-term result is that you miss opportunities to be seen, to contribute, and to build confidence in your professional abilities. You essentially teach yourself that your voice doesn't matter. Or maybe you avoid social situations. You turn down invitations to parties or gatherings because the thought of making small talk fills you with anxiety. This could be linked to past experiences of social rejection or feeling like an outsider. By staying home, you avoid the potential pain of not fitting in, but you also rob yourself of the chance to make new connections. Practice your social skills and realize that you are a likable person who people enjoy being around. Avoidance creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe you're not good enough, so you avoid situations that could prove you wrong, which in turn reinforces your belief that you're not good enough. It's a vicious cycle that keeps you small and your confidence low. These coping mechanisms, while they feel helpful in the short term, are like building a cage around yourself. The cage keeps you safe from potential triggers, but it also prevents you from living a full and expansive life. True confidence is built by facing challenges, taking risks, and learning that you can handle whatever comes your way. When avoidance is your primary strategy, you never get the chance to build that resilience. So, how do we begin to break this cycle? The first and most powerful step is simply recognition. Recognizing that your low self-confidence isn't a character flaw is a game changer. It's not that you're inherently weak or incapable. It's that you're carrying the weight of past experiences that haven't been fully processed. Understanding that your intense emotional reactions and avoidance patterns are connected to trauma can bring a profound sense of self-compassion. Instead of beating yourself up for overreacting, you can start to ask, what old wound might this be touching? This awareness is the starting point for healing. It allows you to separate the past from the present. When you feel that surge of panic over a small mistake at work, you can pause and remind yourself, this feeling is intense, but it's an echo from the past. In this present moment, I am safe. This is a manageable situation. This doesn't make the feeling disappear instantly, but it creates a crucial space between the trigger and your reaction. In that space, you have a choice. You can choose a different response instead of letting the old pattern run the show. This journey of untangling trauma from your self-worth is not a quick fix, and it's often a path best walked with support. Working with a trauma-informed therapist or counselor can be incredibly beneficial. They can provide you with the tools and a safe space to process these old wounds, learn healthier coping mechanisms, and rebuild your emotional regulation skills from the ground up. Healing allows you to respond to the present moment as it is, not through the filter of past pain. As you begin to heal, you'll notice a shift. The emotional tidal waves will start to become smaller, more manageable ripples. You'll find yourself less likely to avoid challenging situations and more willing to step outside your comfort zone. Each time you face a fear and realize you can handle it, you deposit a little more into your self-confidence account. You are not broken, you are a resilient person who has survived difficult experiences. Recognizing the influence of trauma is the key to unlocking the confident, capable person you are always meant to be. If anything we've talked about today resonates with you, please know that you're not alone and that help is available. Reaching out to a mental health professional is a sign of incredible strength. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video was helpful, please consider liking it and subscribing for more content on building a life you love. Take care.